Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Do we have any plugs quickly, folks, before we jump in? So, as always, if you want to support the podcast, best way is sharing it around. But if you would like to go that little step extra, we also have the Patreon and the Redbubble. If you would like to get access to things like homebrew, DM notes, merch, all that kind of stuff is available on those two services. Without any further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. So, where we last left off, the party discussed the path forward and many of the secrets that have been held for the past year by Bertie and Ross, but also from Ross, hidden away within her own mind, and the fallout of that revelation. We jump back to Bertie, Rook and Anya, I believe, returning into the mansion. Where are you avoiding the parlor, or are you?
So Bertie kind of looks from Rook and Ross, and then is leading them through, but he is peeking over to see if there's any parlor activity type stuff. But which I imagine probably by that point things would have chilled down. Well, it was all very cheery conversation with Caius and Sam.
Caius and Sam having a wonderful sit down drinking tea.
Yeah.
And a very one-sided conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, Bertie, with your passive perception, you can smell the aromas of tea, of freshly brewed tea drifting out from the parlor.
Yeah. So Bertie's had one ear pricked up towards that sound. He kind of swivels a little bit and then flicks down again. And then he looks back at Rook and Anya and is like, I think it's okay in there. Did y'all want to go get something for the kitchen, or did you want to go and talk to Sam?
Rook, are you going to be okay seeing him?
Yes, so I guess I'll ask him a question or two and then dip.
Oh, good. Okay. Awesome. Okay, and Bertie steps into the parlor. Hi guys, wow, how you going? How's it all going in here?
Oh, welcome back. Everything is great. I was just telling Sam about the different teas that are available.
Yes, that's quite a lot. Cool, good, excellent, fantastic. Cool. I'm assuming Ross hasn't come back downstairs. So I thought I'd pop in. So we definitely have a lot to still talk about. I know that tomorrow we've got to go and check in with the council to see what's come of the terrorist attack that happened. I'm very happy for people to come stay at my house. I got plenty of rooms. Sam, I will stay if you're staying here. Would prefer if you don't go poking around places, because I will know.
Of course. Of course.
Cool. Excellent. Also, Rook and Anya are here.
Hi.
Hi. So how did it go? The rat memories recovered?
Yes. Yes.
Good. And I guess your reasoning for all that is because it was all your undercover kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to be using that spell again anytime?
No.
Actually, wait a second. I'm going to, Rook's eyes are going to glow. And she's going to, okay, I'm just going to repeat that question again. Are you going to be using that spell or any other kind of spell that affects memories again?
No.
Okay.
So roll me an insight check
Oh, my internet's not. Oh, no, okay. No, that's +0.
with advantage
Oh, yes.
because you have cast Detect Lies.
That's a 6. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh. I mean, he seems truthful.
No, and you roll an insight.
Yeah.
Sorry, just jumping over to skills. I also had spells.
You have.
Sorry, D&D
You,
Beyond.
you,
20 years.
Yeah, you don't.
27.
Yeah, no, you don't even have to roll for this. You're
27, which is her minimum roll.
Yeah, yeah. He's telling the truth.
Anya, upon hearing that, sort of squats down in front of Sam. She doesn't say anything yet, though.
Well, that's good that you're not going to be doing that again. But I'll have you know that Ross Rivari is a friend of mine. And I will not stand for you harming her in that way, in any other kind of way. If you profess to have any kind of positive feelings for her, I hope that you will try to do the same, because you have failed despicably so far.
I have nothing but the best of intentions for Ross, for Rivari.
Inside.
And it's still
doing that. I got a 19.
19. Yeah, he is absolutely telling the truth.
I got another 27, which...
To imagine Rook and like Anya just like staring intensely at Sam.
Throughout this whole conversation, Caius is like bouncing in on the little couch that he's in, drinking tea with like two hands around the cup, just watching the whole conversation.
And Bertie's just kind of like steeply like doing like the little like finger tappy thing, like anxiously, looking around the entire scene.
Anya, she's like squatting down, and she's got her like hands on her knees and her chin like on her crossed over hands, and she's like, Sam, I'm about to give you some kindness, which I think everyone present can tell you is not something that necessarily comes common, especially not with people who I do not trust very well. And I need you to understand that no matter how this sounds, this is a kindness. You have lost a lot. You have failed at your job. You were discovered. You compromised someone who you care about. And no matter intention, you put her and the people who she cares about in, excuse me, in a position that where she really had no other choice. Get off my shoulder. Please stop. Apologies, my cat is playing silly buggers and also trying to show the world his butthole. So tune into the video stream if you want to see that. No matter how good your intent, you've done this. There is little left that this world can offer you, and little. There is not a lot more, even if you had everything in the world, that you could get than the intense amount of caring the people in this building, in this house, have. We are very good friends to have, Sam, and very dangerous enemies. I've been you before. I've been in a position where I've worked with something I did not like, something I knew was poisonous, something I knew had the ability to corrupt. And I said to myself it would be fine. I said to myself that I could handle it, that what I was doing was to be able to do better. But poison seeps through. It didn't end well, and it's only through kindness that I survived. Suck the poison out of the wound and keep going, or the corruption won't be the only thing you have left to worry about. Anya stands up and she turns to Bertie and Caius and she's like, I'm going to bed, but if you need me, just... I'll be awake for half the night anyway, because trancing, so just let me know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's good. Yeah, as usual, just help yourself, need drinks before you go, or well, you know my house pretty well. Haha.
Yes. Thank you, Bertie.
A good sleep.
Yeah, I'll probably head off to, see if you can show me a room.
Yeah, absolutely. Anya, if you want to show Rook, any of the guest rooms, it'll be fine. Might be a bit dusty.
There's one
apart
across
that-
from my, from the room There's one across from my room.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Well, if you need anything, just, and Bertie taps his earring, just let me know.
I will. Thank you, Bertie.
I'll remember it's open channel next time.
Uh,
Well, considering circumstances, it feels bad in hindsight, but it was also hilarious. So,
Rest easy, you two. And Sam, think about what I said.
Thank you, Anya.
Before, like while Anya's walking off, Bertie kind of sort of like goes, oh, and then like, kind of like surreptitiously like does a half step away from like Caius and Sam, and then casts message again to Anya. He's like, by the way, since you're about to go to bed, no, you cannot ask me anymore. I told Caius I love him. Anyway, have a good night.
All right.
We will be talking about this later.
So Rook and Anya
you'll be-
head off to bed.
Also, Anya trips, stumbles, which she had this is
Yeah.
the only time you will ever have seen her stumble, ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. Excellent. So, how have you boys been doing?
Wonderfully. We've had a very riveting conversation, and I think we've learned something about one another.
Okay. Good. Good. But like looks like concerned between both of them, and then kind of again starts stooping his fingers together. He's like, okay. All right, Sam. Did you want to? I can get a room for you. Do you need to eat anything or drink anything?
I'm fine for food. A room would be wonderful if you can spare one.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Cool. Caius, did you want to come with me? We'll show Sam a room. Yeah?
Sounds wonderful.
Excellent.
He's gonna finish the rest of his tea and like burn the inside of his mouth a little bit.
What? Incredible. So Bertie will kind of like awkwardly like scoot. Like he doesn't.
Does Caius let off any like feeling of any sound of like pain at the burning?
Roll deception.
No, but he does get mildly annoyed at himself, like he should have learned from the last time.
Oh, so
What
cute.
is? Yeah. You get a kind of knowing look from Sam, and he tentatively touches you on the shoulder and casts Cure Wounds.
Oh, what a legend. See, we're best buds.
Oh, that is a bad roll. That is 5 hit points you get back.
I'll take it.
Excellent. So Bertie's kind of like awkwardly like bustling along. He kind of like looks back and like, okay, cool, things look alright. He will then he'll probably take Sam up to the 3rd floor, which is where the floor that Bertie's room is on, and he'll like lead him into one of the rooms and be like, okay, so this room has an ensuite on it. Now don't take this the wrong way, okay? So you got bathroom in there, all that. If you need food, well, you can just send me a message. But what I'm gonna do, no hard feelings, I'm just gonna cast an alarm spell, just so that, like, you know, no one breaks into your room, no one breaks out. Yeah? Okay? Is that okay? Now, I normally don't
Yeah.
treat guests like this, but, you know,
I understand.
it's for your own protection, too. Okay, cool. Excellent. So, Bertie kind of, like, shows him around. It's, like, the same as, like, most of Bertie's house. So, again, like, pinks and blues and purples and whites and stuff. It does look very disused, though. So, like, huge bed and stuff like that, but, like, no one's really been in that before. Which Rook would find the same for the room that she was in as well. It's just, like, very nicely made up and everything, but no one's been there. And there's, like, a little small ensuite onto the side of that then. And Bertie's like, okay, cool. Probably, like, a dressing gown in there or something if you want. Do whatever you like. But, yeah, just kind of stay here for a bit, okay? Yeah. And again, no offense. Just gonna set up an alarm spell, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Have a good night, Mr. Sam.
You two, Bertie.
Bertie. Sir Bertie, actually. I'm a
course.
sir, actually. Cool. Bertie slams the door shut.
Is anyone's rooms set up near Ross's?
Yes, there'd be like a couple of rooms near Ross's, yeah.
Yeah, and are any of them to be occupied by people?
There'd
If
be
anyone
enough rooms.
does, they would probably go to another bedroom because there is no longer pillows or blankets in the surrounding bedrooms. They have been stolen.
Just imagine Rook like going to her and be like, huh?
Newman putting those rogue levels to use outside of combat for the first time in a couple of months.
Yes. No, this is what I designed this character to be.
That's incredible.
I use my skills only for jokes and good times. But yes, so piece together what you may. There is no longer bedding in any of these bedrooms surrounding Ross's room.
That's very cute. Excellent. And just like quickly, Bertie will like start to like make the precautions to cast alarm on like the room that Sam's in. So basically, like other people can go in. Like so, Bertie specifies like the party members and himself. But no one else can go. So it will alarm if anyone else goes in, and it will alarm if Sam goes out. Basically. And that takes a while to set up, so while he does that, he kind of like, after he shuts the door on Sam, he kind of turns and looks at Caius like, hey, how's everything going?
Well, I'll be honest, that was a lot to take in.
Yup, no, it's pretty shit. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. How are you?
Not great, but it's okay. It's been pretty sucky, but that's, it's the equivalent thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Hard to say, I guess, at the moment, but it's fine. People were better about stuff, and fair. Russ and I keeping that secret is not great. But I appreciate that anyway. What were your thoughts on all of that?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of them. Some of them not relating to anything at all, but they just sort of happen off in the side.
Let's do that, yeah.
But I think you were right. I don't think if you'd told us all, if there would have been anything that we could do. We would have just messed everything up if we did anything. But I also think that Newman is right. That now that they've shown their hand, we know what they're after. We know where they're looking at going, it shows that they're confident, which I guess is a good thing for us, because it means that we can work around that, and they've stretched themselves over 2 continents, so I think if we can get ourselves to where they're the most comfortable and hit them where it hurts, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Which is the gonads, I've been told.
Well, yeah, that does tend to make people double over in pain. Sometimes it's probably a good. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I promised Russ and Newman ages ago, back in day still, I guess, that I'd help them if they needed to, and found out about that. So I just been trying to. Not much I can do to help, but I'm gonna go. I think it makes sense going to caress. I don't want Ross or Newman to do something that they'll regret because they want to complete their mission no matter what. But
I think you're right. And by that logic, I will also be joining. I mean...
Are you sure?
Well,
You
of
don't
course.
have to.
Well, no, that's why I want to. Because I want to help out my family. And this is obviously very important to all of you. And they ruined a perfectly good ball. And I was having a lot of fun there. It was a nice ball.
Yeah, I know. Didn't even get to dances or anything.
And they
It
just
really sucks.
just ruined it.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's just stupid. Yeah. Man, yeah. So they gotta pay for that, if nothing else.
That's true. But I mean, again, we've sort of... We need to go as well.
Yeah.
Not just because they're family, but because, I mean, Ross is, or Rivare, she's a Knight of the Seven, and us Knights of the Seven, we have to stick together.
It's true, absolutely, precisely. We gotta do it. And again, I guess we're probably gonna have to go to the council tomorrow at some point. But, yeah, we'll have to see what their plans are. I mean, Durham doesn't do a great deal, but it's at least not with Karas. But that kind of stuff that happened today was today, or was it yesterday now? I don't know. It's very late. We'll have to see what happens. The thing that Ross and I have been worried about for so long is if something major happens, there might be war between both countries. And that's just going to hurt the little people regardless of what happens, so... Hopefully we'll sort something out, but it'll be fine. Again, sorry for keeping stuff from you for a while. I didn't want to, and I know, like Ross mentioned, one of our concerns was that people want to take action straight away once we knew. Which I kind of like now, we have to anyway, we need to take action. But as I said before, the kitchen, I didn't want to make you worried the whole time. I was too, so sorry about that. As Newman said, it probably wasn't a good idea, but that's just my reasoning, so... Apologies.
It's what's done is done. It doesn't matter. And I think as long as we're all here and we're all together and we're doing things to help each other, then that's what's important.
Yeah, precisely.
Speaking of doing things to help each other, that bedroom just over there that just so happens to be next to Sam's, is anyone there?
No, they're not.
Excellent. I might sleep there tonight if that's okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've never stayed over before anyway. Can I get you anything? Do you want anything? My room's just over there, so you can, like, if you need anything, you just knock or whatever. I'll probably keep an eye on him for a while, but, if you need anything, I did have some... Well, I would have had some pajamas, but I probably got the dressing gown somewhere. All the rooms have them. I kind of got really excited to think the people were staying over here, so they should be pretty well outfitted.
Okay, I will have a look. You don't happen to have like a cup or anything, do you?
A cup?
Just a single cup.
Yeah, actually, and probably by that point, Bertie's like finished doing the alarm spell, and he kind of like, bounces over to his room, ducks in for a moment, and then, pops his head out again, and he's holding, the crystal glass, one of the, like, the crystal wine glass set that a Caius gifted him at one point, that Ross mentioned last, session, and he's like, will that do? Do you want anything for it?
Oh, no, well, I mean, I'm glad you, are using them. I was just a normal cup
Oh.
without a stem. Just a simple
A regular cup. Okay.
cup.
That's all right. I mean, whatever's comfortable for you. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'll have a quick look. He runs back into his bedroom. Comes back out again and has a little cup. He's like, "Will this do?"
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. And Teddy, Felix, that he's all good down there and everything.
Well, I think so. He had a little bit of food,
Oh, good.
while he was over at my, family's house. But,
Yeah.
you know, he'll be fine. I'll feed him in the morning as well.
Oh man, there's gonna be so much stuff to organize. If we're going away for a little while. Who's gonna look after your garden? I have an idea, actually. One of, my staff could possibly, because they kind of alternate days. One of them could, I could pay them to, go to your house and, water your plants and everything. I'm sure, one of them would be able to do that. I mean, they're very enthusiastic sellers. If it's just, simple stuff, they probably won't fuck it up, you know? Quinn or Marigold will be able to sort it out. One of them.
Oh, well, if they're not busy, I was probably just going to get some of, a couple of the staff from my family's house to go and live there for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Well, whatever works. Whatever works for you, yeah. Things to organize. Huh. Cool. No, this will
That's
work.
all right. We'll figure that out in the morning, I think.
Yeah, no, sorry. You need your sleep. Again, if you need anything, just let me know. I think the spell should be set up, so he can't leave. We can enter, though. So that should be fine. And anyone that doesn't, that isn't our friends or family, can't get in either. So, yeah. Okay. Knock on the door if you need me for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Will do. If anything happens, let me know.
Yes, absolutely. I will. And Bertie kind of looks like he's about to hug Caius, and kind of looks awkward, okay. Good night. And then we'll kind of scuttle back to his room.
Caius will return to his room, get changed in, if there is a nightgown of some description, he will get dressed in that and some slippers.
It's pink.
Hopefully, if there's one of the little nightcaps with the little pom-pom on the side.
There absolutely is.
Perfect. He would 100% be wearing that. And then he will set himself up on his bed, put the cup on the wall, joining the two rooms, and he will just listen.
Okay. So, as the night gets late, is there anything people are doing before they fall asleep?
Does Newman spend the night in Ross's room, Jake?
That is completely up to Ross. Newman would have offered, but he would have said, if you want, I can take my pillow back and my blanket and go back to his room to sleep. Which I don't believe he was allocated a room, so it'd be one of the rooms nearby.
No, it's fine. You can stay.
Cool, well, great. Slumber party.
Just like back home.
Yeah, cool. He sort of just snuggles up in this. I would say this is probably the worst. Maybe not the worst, but the least impressive one we've built, because not only do we not have the armor to do all of the slave work, we also don't have the third member of our pillow fort crew. So no, unfortunately, yeah. But he's still very proud of it, and he's gonna snuggle up in all of the layers he can. You get very comfy.
Ross will also snuggle up under all the layers and curl it really small right next to Newman. And will pretend to be asleep until he actually falls asleep.
Oh yeah, Newman's asleep right away. Yeah, you do not have to
Cool.
pretend for long.
Then as soon as that happens, Ross is gonna sneak out and try and find Sam's room.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll
Right,
roll me a stealth check.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this will be Newman's passive at a -5
That's fine.
as
Hold
yeah.
Now, for all that Ross is a spy, her stealth is not stellar, but that is a 15.
15. That is not quite enough. Even asleep, Newman, you do hear some shifting from Ross. How you want to react to that is up to you.
If it's just shifting, that's fine. He won't bat an eye. But if he notices Ross leave, then maybe he will bat an eye.
You probably would notice her leave.
Yeah, look, Newman's gonna just call out. Hey Ross. Please don't do anything silly.
I never do anything silly. And then I'll roll deception, and then she's gonna walk out.
Alright, well, Newman will eagerly await, but he will not sleep now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Newman.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And he's not like going to be like waiting in a chair, waiting for like, the child of the house to come home at like midnight and then turn around and be like, where have you been? No, it'll just be, he's very interested to see if Ross will come back.
Okay.
Or in what state Ross will come back.
Yep. Cool. I'm guessing I now have to roll an investigation to try and find Sam's room.
You probably do, yeah.
Let's try a dice that's actually gonna... I would also like to use Peerless Skill for this one.
Yeah.
Meaning I can use Bardic Inspiration and add it to my check.
I mean, Peerless Skill, you don't have to declare it until you've rolled if you don't want to, but...
Well, I forget which ones I need to declare beforehand. Okay, so that's a 16 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2.
16 plus 7 plus 2 plus 27.
Is it 16 plus 7 would be...
Well, the two plus 2s get the 16 to 20.
Yep. 27.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Maths. Yeah, so that's a 27 investigation.
Yeah, you with a reasonable amount of ease managed to locate where Sam is.
She probably like notices like the little like string and bell of like an alarm spell that's there. But she can probably tell that Eve will, like, I imagine in some way, because she's allowed to go through it, she'd be able to sense that to some degree, I imagine. So she'll be like, probably this is where Sam is, I assume.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm assuming because she is quite adept at magic too, she wouldn't need to roll anything to, like, check that. So she probably would be able to kind of... She's gonna do, like, the world's quietest knock, and then she's gonna walk in.
Okay.
And shut the door behind her.
All right. And
What's Sam doing?
he's in the bed though. He groggily kind of like half shifts up to see who came in. Ross?
Hey.
Rivari? I always forget that that's what he, like, that he would
call
default to
her?
Rivari.
Yeah. I know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
So, big evening, huh?
Yeah.
Probably not how you imagined leaving the wizards was gonna go.
No. No. Listen, Robari, I am so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it though?
The mission had to come first. I get it. And she's gonna walk closer to the bed until she's like kind of right up against it, and she's like got her arms crossed. She's gonna say, I actually came here to say I'm sorry to you.
Oh. What do you have to be sorry for?
Like I said, she blinks and her eyes go flat red. You've just left the wizards. 4 years. It's a long time, and I know I've said some pretty terrible things to you before about that, but that is, it's a big target to have on your back now. And it's a big, life change. It's a big, you must be in a lot of shock. There must be a lot of adrenaline going through you right now, so I came to apologize for taking advantage of that. This is not the time for me to be making stupid decisions based on feelings. I'm sorry. That wasn't fair, and I can promise you it won't happen again.
Have you told them about who I am? Not personally, but you know.
I don't know, Sam. Because you're like me. There's more than one of you.
Have you told them who I'm descended from?
Newman knows. Bertie knows. The others. It didn't seem relevant. And it may continue to not be relevant for all I have told you in the past. You are not him. And he is not you. And you have tried very hard to not be him. So. I don't see how it's relevant.
Thank you, Ravari.
It's the least I could do. No, you go.
No, you notice he tentatively reaches for something on the nightstand. And you look over and it's like a miniature chest.
What?
She
kind of flinches back a little bit.
I had to travel light, so little trick with magic. And he picks it up, and with a flourish, a a chest, about 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, appears on happy is that? Yeah, he did on his lap.
Neat trick.
Yeah.
What's so important about it?
Well, beyond having all that I have left in material things, it's, I don't know, it's stupid. It just
No, come on.
and he shuffles through, like he opens it up and shuffles through it and grabs out a brooch, that's it's a what, like a heart of like turquoise in color.
Oh, that's cute. What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear half of what you said. Sorry, you glitched out for me.
Oh, I didn't say anything there.
No.
Oh,
Before I only heard it's a turquoise heart.
Yeah, it's a brooch that is a turquoise heart.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, cool. It's cute. Am I meant to be finding it stupid right now?
This, you know, I used to wear this in my early missions. I don't know, I stopped wearing it because strangely it became redundant.
Why does it do a little thing like that?
It's for protection. It keeps you in good health.
Oh, smart. Bertie gave me a necklace like that last year. Similar, at least. Helped with injuries.
I think I know what you're talking about. This is slightly different, slightly more mundane. Still magical, but
Would have stood out amongst all that red and gold.
I had to keep it hidden away, of course. But I originally got it for you.
What?
I meant to give it to you before we parted ways all those years ago. And just held on to it.
She like... Hold on. She like kneels on the... Because I'm assuming he's still like sitting like in the middle of the bed or whatever.
Yeah.
She like moves closer so she is now kneeling on the bed. to get a closer look at it. She's like, you held on to it.
Yeah.
Until it stopped being relevant.
No.
It's fine,
No.
Sam.
It's not.
Look, I get what you're trying to say. And I can't. I'm sorry, but this, and she actually, with only her right hand reaches out and like whatever hand he has it in, she holds that hand and she goes, this is for Rivari. As much as I give you shit for struggling with my name, you're in love with a dead girl. And I'm sorry. I can't be mad about modified memory because I'm lying to myself too, Sam. And I'm lying to you. And I'm lying to everyone. And I'm so sorry. And I wish I could be who you wanted me to be. And I wish I could believe that any of this was real. And with her other hand, like it's closed, she kind of like just runs her hand along like the side of his face and just like cups the back of his head really gently. She's like, I just wish I could be. But I guess for the sake of posterity, it'll probably be weird to hear for you to hear me saying this question, but was it real?
Of course.
She exhales. And she says, I really hope nothing's about to happen. And she casts Greater Restoration on him.
As far as you can tell, nothing changes.
Yep. Cool. I figured it wouldn't. I was mostly looking to see if Sam was haunted. So I guess he feels that kind of oof thing, but I guess not. As far as Ross is aware, nothing changes. So how does he react?
Why?
Because I think I love you. But I don't think I can trust you.
I know there's nothing I can say, not in this moment, to prove that you can.
Well, at least you didn't have anything hiding in your head. Consensual or otherwise. And she takes her hand away, which, for the record, did have the diamond dust in it, which is why it was closed. And he would feel her hand shaking where she's also holding the turquoise heart. And she says, that could still come in handy for you. I think depending on what happens, you should, you know, there's every chance when we contact Drakkar, he'll want you to join the Concord proper, so, you know, you need to keep yourself safe.
Don't know if I'll say yes.
Well, then I guess, like everything else, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I'm sorry. Again. For everything. You don't have to return the necklace, it's fine. And she gets up and she starts to leave.
Rivari,
She stops.
I still want you to have it. If you're happy to.
She turns back around and her eyes are shining. She's just like, it's a bit late to try and give me your heart, Sam. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
You always had a way with words.
Well, you always had a way with me. And she walks back over and she takes the little brooch. And she just looks at it. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night, Rivari.
Good night, Sam. And she sneaks back out. Well, she leaves. She goes back to the room with Newman.
He is sitting upright on top of the blankets, one leg crossed over the other. Sort of elbow on the upper leg with his hand supporting the side of his face, leaning into it. So, how'd it go?
Fine. I know you weren't planning on it, but you don't need to bother with any more mediation sessions.
Yeah, could have gone 50-50. I prepared myself for both outcomes. Whilst it saddens me a little bit, I'm just happy that you've come to a conclusion.
Well, we'll just see if it's a permanent one.
He just smiles and then just gestures back to where Ross was sleeping earlier.
She's gonna put the little brooch in her component pouch, which is like off to the side where like her pile of gown is from earlier. And then she will she'll go back into the pillow fort.
Newman did make, in the time you were gone, not very, and I'm so sorry for this, Bertie. I'm so sorry for this. Newman did make makeshift sleeping masks. However, at the cost of a bit of fabric.
The irony is, I'm guessing there probably are sleeping masks in the rooms.
Oh no! Newman
Probably,
has
but that
every
makes it better.
to Laura. Newman has every intention of like fixing this, but these were part of the no more mediations required outcome. So he tried to make them comfy, and he just found some really good material on the bedding, and it's he was a conflicting decision for him, but yeah, they're matching, by the way.
Oh. Thank you, Newman.
And
That'll
he
be
just
helpful.
snuggles up, looking very cool, with his very fluffy
Yeah.
sleeping mask.
Yeah.
As he
Ross.
hands one to Ross.
Ross puts it on, and she curls up next to Newman and actually goes to sleep.
Yeah. And I think there's probably one more thing that needs to be resolved before everyone takes their long rest. Caius.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I take it you're attempting to listen in to...
Well, first, would Caius have been awake for that? Because he would have tried to have stayed awake to listening to things.
Yeah, so
Newman did go to sleep quite quickly as well.
Let's first roll just a constitution check.
Oh.
Not a save, just a check.
Okay. Just to check.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
23. God. Yeah, you'd probably still be awake. Now, a perception check. Listen through the wall with the glass.
As 16.
16. So you wouldn't have gotten a whole picture, but you'd get bits and pieces.
Okay. So, Caius is just kind of there with the cup. Just kind of listening and half falling asleep against the cup. And then as soon as he hears any sort of movement, he's instantly alert and listening in. He can hear voices. And then as soon as he picks Ross's voice, he just goes, do I listen to this? Do I not? I mean, on one hand, I should, because protection. But on the other hand, this is a private conversation. Oh no. And he's going to just stop for a moment, and then he's going to listen, and then he's going to stop listening, and then he's listen and stop listening, and then he'll, in a brilliant aha moment, he'll go to snap his fingers together, and then stop because quiet. He's going to put with one hand he's going to put the glass up to the wall, and with the other hand he's going to grab the little pom-pom on the side of his night hat, stick it in his ear and listen in. So all he can hear is just whoop, 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 whoop. So he doesn't hear the conversation, but if anything happens, he'll be aware.
Okay.
As the chest was bamfed out, and I'm assuming there might have been a soft thud of something heavy hitting something soft. Instantly he's up, and he's going to grab his sword to kick in the door because someone's just been knocked unconscious. And then he stops and listens in again, and he can hear both voices, so he sits back down on the bed and he's just there. And that's what Caius spent his night doing.
All right. So everyone can mark off a long rest. Caius, I think you should probably take a level of exhaustion for that.
Fair enough. After everything died down, he would go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you whether I
Well,
just wake up later or take a level of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
I'll say it's up to you whether you wake up late or take the level of exhaustion.
He'll probably just sleep in.
Okay.
Well, I guess in general, Bertie will get up earlier. He'll make breakfast for people and stuff like that. He's very like kind of hyperactively nervous because he knows that like there's other people in the house. But
Anya's-
yes,
Yeah, Anya's probably also up earlier, and she would be helping Bertie in the kitchen, but she probably isn't talking all that much. She's just quietly sort of floating around and helping with whatever he needs to.
yeah, excellent,
Okay.
fantastic.
So gradually, one by one, folks come down to breakfast. I'm not sure whether Sam or Caius would end up being last, just because of how tentative Sam would be, versus how much Caius would probably sleep in.
We probably not leave until the alarm's gone.
Yeah, Bertie
Yeah.
will have to go up and set that off. So that depends on whether
Well,
Caius is
there's-
up before then, or whether because alarm lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it just depends on whether Caius wakes up before then or not. Otherwise Bertie will at some point go up in the morning and go and let Sam out and probably check in to see if Caius is awake yet or not at the same time. So there we go.
Just very quickly, when Ross makes her way downstairs, does Ross like eventually, or is she hiding and squirreling away?
No, she would come down with Newman.
Cool. When Ross does come downstairs, Anya will go up to her, not really say anything, but just pull her into a hug.
Ross is a little bit shocked, and then just gives Anya a really tight hug back, and just says, "Thank you."
It's been a big night.
Yes. By the way, none of you have to be mean to him anymore. It's fine.
I wasn't actually planning on it.
Well, had to cover my bases just in case. Pancakes. Are they pancakes? Are they fantasy pancakes? She would not say fantasy pancakes.
I'll get you some. And Anya
Thank
leads her also into the kitchen, dining, wherever we're breaking our fast.
Yeah. All right. So Newman and Rook would probably be around the next to make their way down.
Yeah, Newman did spend a little bit of extra time cleaning up the mess he had made, but he has also stuffed the blanket with the holes in it into his bag of holding. And he will 100% let Bertie know what he's done. So he will he will go up to Bertie and be like, hey Bertie, just letting you know that I made a pillow fort last night.
Cool. Fair.
So I did make quite a mess. It's all cleaned up now.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But I also deemed it necessary to take extra measures to make meaningful moments for Ross and make them happy. So I may have used the only material I could find to make something. It wasn't much. I'll fix it. But I'm temporarily going to be borrowing one of your blankets. As he pulls it out of the bag of holding and shows
what?
Look, I'll make it better. Trust me.
That's fine. Cool. No No problem. Hope you enjoyed your stay.
Yeah.
Cool. How is Ross? Is all good? Yes.
As good as can be, I think. I think
Cool.
we're all good right now, but I think we've all got a little bit of processing to do, and I don't know how things are going to turn out, but I think everything is straight and true at the moment.
Okay.
I feel like Ross has chosen to, I guess, focus on the mission and what's ahead. So what comes from that, I'm not too sure.
That could mean anything. Okay, well, cool. Thank you for looking after her. I'm gonna go and see if I'll let Sam out. We'll see if he needs to be locked back in a moment, and see if Caius hasn't died overnight. I'll be back in a
Alright.
moment.
Have fun. He sits down and goes, I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot. Why'd I tell Bertie? Oh, should I have told? Oh. And then,
Ro-
he just like sinks his head into his hands.
Very quickly, Ross will come over with like 2 little plates of food, put one down in front of Newman, and be like, "You're not an idiot. It's okay."
I know, it's fine. I just do it sometimes. And then he just shovels into the food.
Nice. I guess like Rook probably did not sleep great, but she will immediately like freshen up. Once again, I'm like, she probably just wears the same thing she wore as PJs, I guess. And she'll immediately like head outside to do her like her meditation and her yoga that she does daily. But maybe does she see Caius's Pegasus nearby?
Probably.
Just wandered over. This is the first time I'm saying she's just gonna be like, huh. Okay, I'm gonna try to get close to this. I'm gonna say hi, and then she's gonna like try to like make herself look small and non-threatening, like we try to do when you're approaching an animal. But she is this immensely tall fire genasi. So yeah, she's gonna be trying to like creep up and approach this Pegasus.
Okay. It seems to be fairly docile towards you. As
I
you
rolled a
approach.
nat 20 on animal handling. She's just gonna have a chat with it and be like, "Oh, hey, is it alright if I give you a pet? Do you want any a snack to eat? What are you doing here, fella?"
Interesting
chat
point
with
of
the
order.
Pegasus.
What language do you use when speaking to the Pegasus?
I use common. Are you insinuating primordial would work?
No. I'm just asking what language.
Okay, okay. No, she just uses common.
Yeah. The Pegasus's responses seem almost as if it understands your words.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. I guess she'd like ask her a couple of questions, like, do you live here? Like, did you come here with someone?
No and yes. Like it like nods and shakes its head and like to indicate.
Excellent. I guess she's gonna keep her asking questions like that, and she'll also ask, like, what do you think of this building? Am I right? What are your thoughts on this building? Is it tacky?
Cocked eyebrow. It's hard to determine what that actually means, though.
Excellent. All right. I'll try to help you find something nice to eat.
It nods.
Okay. I'll go on a journey to befriend Caius' Pegasus and get them a nice snack.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find something and bring it back to it. When do you return indoors to breakfast? Or
I guess it'll probably be a while later, maybe like when
Okay.
Caius and Sam are getting up.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Caius, you head down.
Yes, I head
After-
down. I give a quick hello to everyone, and then see if I can find some food to feed my Pegasus.
You probably find Rook, like,
Ah,
on her quest for Pegasus food.
You're hungry as well.
Oh, Caius. Good morning.
Morning.
You know what this Pegasus is doing here? They said they came with someone. That was probably you, right?
Oh, that one. Yes, no, that one came with me. Yes, no, that's Theodore.
All right, Theodore. Well, nice to meet you, Theodore. Now that I know your name, I'm Rook Asara. Right. Huh. So what does? Interesting. How exactly did you come across Theodore?
We went on a little jaunt, Bertie and I, to, I don't know if you've heard of, I think it's Arborea?
Right, yeah, another plane.
Yes. Wasn't too far. It was, I don't know how far it was, but someone sort of snapped their fingers and then we were there. So it really just sort of around the corner.
Yeah, I guess that's a way of looking at it. Huh. That's quite the adventure.
Well, you don't know the half of it. Well, actually, no, that's pretty much half of it.
Okay, well, I guess I'd be interested in knowing the other half sometime. That's not something anyone like just does at the snap of their fingers anytime.
Well, no, that's what I thought. I thought there's no way you could possibly get something like that because they're just in stories and books that you read, or other people read to you. But no, then I was talking about it, and someone said, "Oh, well, they're somewhere else. They're real, but they're not here." And I was like, "Well, what if we could bring one here?" And they said, "You're foolish." And I said, "Yes," and then we got one.
Well, I admire your determination there. That's incredible. Oh wow! And then Theodore's been helping you about.
Well, yes, he's sort of well, yeah, yes. Basically, he's just my new steed. Although he's not really. Well, I mean, he's definitively my new steed. But I mean, he's very, very smart, and he sort of talks in his own way. Yes, in the same way that this sort of talks to me, and he points at his sword. Yes.
Rook's just like, oh wow, it's too early for this. Is that a new thing? That's not like Newman's sword, right?
I haven't seen Newman's sword properly.
Right,
So I don't- Maybe?
The cursed one, it's not like making you do stuff or anything.
Well, I mean, sort of, but it's like, it's telling me, oh, you should be nicer to that person, or you should, it sort of talks to me in dreams, and it sort of plays over conversations that I've had in the past, and is kind of just there, sitting over my shoulder saying, well, why were you, you should have been a nicer person then. But sometimes it's very nice. It says, you are a nice person, and I say thank you.
That sounds kind of horrible, but
Well,
I'm assuming like Bertie and everyone knows about this.
Yes, no, I've told Bertie that I talk to my sword in my dreams. He seems kind of weird about it, but I've assured him that everything is fine.
Well, I guess as long as you're okay with it. I guess if that ever becomes a problem, definitely bring it up to some of us. Maybe some of the more magically inclined people can try to find a way to do away with it, like I think they did with Newman's.
Well, I'm sure it will be fine. It's my family's sword. It's been in the family for many years, many generations. So I'm sure if there was anything bad, it would have come up, with my great grandfather or something. He probably would have put a stop to it.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to I guess not to insult, but to be so suspicious of your ancestral blade.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. It's a sword that talks to people in dreams. That's not normal.
I'll bet, yeah. Talking sword and a Pegasus for a steed, yeah.
Yes.
You're, I guess, living up to the Sir Caius image, I suppose.
Well, I try. Hey, I have to go into town really quickly before we potentially do whatever it is that we need to do somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do you want to come along?
Yeah, sure. What exactly are you doing?
I'm just going to my school to have a chat to them to say that I might be indisposed for a little while.
I see Rook doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't heard. It's your school?
Oh.
Are you studying?
Well, not really. I'm teaching. I started a school for it's sort of like the military academy, only it's not military, and it's for people who actually want to learn how to fight and defend themselves, who might not have the money to do it, actually pay for it.
Like free training? Like...
Well, yes, sort of. It's just sort of pay whatever you can, if you can. There's a few wealthier students who come and they pay a lot of money, and there's a few less wealthy people as well, and they get the same amount of training.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's so thoughtful for the community. You gotta tell me these things more, Caius. I'm interested in what you've been up to. You've been up to some good stuff.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to tell me, that's great. And yeah, I'll come along with you. I think there's something I might be doing in town as well.
Okay. Well, while everyone's sort of getting ready, did you want to head off now, quickly?
Yeah, sure. I guess so. I'll just I guess could we pop by my apartment first? That's okay.
Absolutely. Where is that?
Oh, Davy, would it be like...
Let me bring
I
up
don't know
my
exactly the
dorm
location.
notes.
Probably like a decent... like university housing, kind of? That kind of area?
Yeah.
A complex...
Okay, so that would probably be in the probably within the yeah, probably within the Arcane Center, because that's
Okay.
where the
Yeah.
the academy is, and there'd be some decent student accommodation for those. Mostly for those studying at the Arcane College, but
Yeah, please.
but
Nice. Yeah, I guess I'll relay that along, like... Yeah, it's like arcane building. I can probably give you directions once we get closer there.
Sounds good. All right. We should probably let them know that hold on a second. And he's going to tap his ear. And in a private channel that literally everyone can hear because it's not a private channel, Caius goes, Bertie, I'm just ducking out to town quickly with Rook.
Oh, cool.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, no problem. Have fun. Ha ha ha. Cool. Okay. Yeah. See you later. Bye.
And I guess Rook will say, everyone, we'll be back in a bit, I guess, and we're just heading into town.
So eventually inside, Sam comes down, and you see,
Didn't Bertie have to go release him?
yeah, that was about when he checked up on Caius too.
Yeah,
so-
we didn't cover either
Yeah.
of them, unfortunately. So yes.
Oh, that's why I wasn't sure if they'd happened
Yeah.
yet or not, because we didn't cover them.
I guess it has.
Yeah. I was hoping not to dwell as much on the arrivals down, as we happen to have, but that's all good. So yeah, as Sam wouldn't follow you down immediately, so he'd get changed, and when he does arrive downstairs, you'll note rather than the reds of the Wizards of the Ruins, he's in his underlayer is these kind of grey, blue-grey padding slash leathering. So leathery pants with a bit of give to the more of a canvas pants and a padded shirt, and with a kind of brown leather surcoat, light brown leather surcoat with kind of dull yellow trim to it, and a blue scarf around his neck, and knee-high leather boots, fit for an adventurer. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning, Newman says with a mouthful of food.
Sam?
Anya?
Well, Sam's here. Ha 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 ha.
Yes.
And Caius and Rook have gone out somewhere, so that's awesome. I guess we'll
Okay.
we'll beat them at the meeting thing with the council. Ha ha.
Okay.
I don't know if you're coming, Sam. That's still to be debated.
Yeah. Do you want me there or not?
I mean, it might be useful. But what does everyone think that's here anyway?
I think that decision can wait until everyone is here.
Okay, cool.
You should eat, Sam.
Of course. And he grabs some food and starts eating.
Brace is gonna flap around the kitchen, I guess. Out of the awkward atmosphere.
Yeah.
Anya doesn't say anything, but she continues to drink a mug of tea that she has been working her way through.
I suppose on that, Bertie kind of looks a little bit perturbed and like flustered, and then kind of like looks around and is like, "Cool," and then we'll like reach into a pot plant and pull out a little a flask, and then just take a huge swig of that, and then just kind of lean against the counter.
Anya very subtly sidles up to him just to like pass her tea over.
He pours some in.
That pot plant that Bertie kicked outside. You said Bertie kicked a pot plant over. Did a flask fall out of that as well? Are they in all of them?
Probably. It's Bertie. That's a problem. It's fine.
All right. So, Caius and Rook, out in town. So, what are you wanting to achieve? So, Caius is showing Rook the school.
First of all, Caius is showing Rook the incredible amazingness of flight.
Yeah.
We are on the back of the Pegasus, which Caius, 100% wanting to show off, is pushing Theodore like as much as he can for like a brief stint, and essentially it's going at about 180 feet around every 6 seconds. So it is booking it. Yeah, and then we'll go and grab some stuff from or we'll go to the school probably first. And it's not much at the school. It's like a small hall that has sort of been repurposed. And there's no signage or anything out the front yet. Yeah. And would there be a class or anything going on at the moment, or probably not?
Probably not.
Fair enough. Is there anyone there? Like any of the other teachers or?
There's probably one of the martial combat teachers setting up kind of the training grounds.
Then Caius would very quickly just sort of wander over to him and mention to him that he's going to be out of town for a while. And look after things if anything happens, to talk to his family.
Okay.
And they'll get a message to Caius.
Yeah. All right.
Rook will be like very admiring of the place and like talk about like what kind of training they do and such. She'd like it.
All right.
Then I guess.
Yeah, onto Rook's apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much she'd just be ducking there to get a change of clothes, and I guess I'm literally just picturing student accommodation or like a big apartment block.
Yeah.
She'd probably like let Caius in, and there'd be like quite simple but quite nice facilities. Not very big, but I think she has like all the basic facilities. It's just only very small decorations. Like she'd have like a wall hanging and some like of her equipment and such lying around. But she does have a very big desk that has a lot of writing on it, a lot of notes. There's lots of books about magic and about like the Karasi language and common language of this area, like translating books. Lots of academic stuff, really. So pretty much she quickly just go get changed, and then when she's alone in her room, she would start to write a letter, which she would then tuck away. And then, that's pretty much it.
All right. And then I take it you regroup back at Bertie's?
At Bertie's house, yes.
Yes.
If everyone is still there.
Yeah. All right. And as you all kind of regroup and ready yourselves for your meeting, that's where we're going to end it for this week's episode.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening, folks.
Thanks
you for
everyone. Listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Finally got to check if Sam was haunted. Yes.
Yeah, you got to do that. That's really cool.
What would you have done if he did have some sort of like mind thing going on?
Yelled.